Hello friends, in last lecture we have seen how to read a string. Now we will go to printing a string, how to print a string on monitor screen. See, to read a string we use scanf function or gets function or getchar function. Similarly, to print a string on monitor screen we can use a printf function or puts function or putchar function. Okay, a string can be printed on monitor screen using the following output functions. One is a printf function with the format specifier %s, and second function is puts function, third function is putchar function. So these second and third functions are unformatted output functions, but a printf function is formatted output function. Let us see the syntax of printf function, which is already studied in module 1. Printf followed by a control string in a double quotes and comma. So here we will write a list of variables and last we put a semicolon. So here one best programming example is there to print the string include stdio.h. Since I want to use a printf function in my program, I should use stdio.h header file. So char str10, this is a declaration of that string. That string name is str with the size 10, and open the main function, then printf enter a string. So how to enter a string? By using a scanf function, that is scanf %s, and here we no need to use ampersand because it is a string. So simply directly we can write a str, that is the name of variable. Then this is very important here, that is entered string is %s. So %s is a format specifier for string. So here we are going to display this format specifier s. Format specifier s is nothing but the value of the variable str. Then close the main function. To read the string we used scanf function. To print the string we used printf function here. So these are the two pairs when we are using scanf and printf, and you can try with your own laptop or app with these remaining problems. That is when we use gets to read the string, at that time whether we can use printf or not, you check it whether you get a proper output or not. Then when you use getchar, at that time whether we can use printf or not, you check it. And this printf function is a formatted output function which prints a string on monitor screen with the format specifier %s in a control string. The header file stdio.h must be included in the program when we use this printf in our printf function in our program. Second function is puts. It is an unformatted output function which is used to print a string on monitor screen. Okay, this is unformatted output function. Syntax is very simple, that is puts in parenthesis name of the variable, string variable, that is str, and again it should end with a semicolon. So here str is a C string, that is an array of characters terminated by a null character. The header file stdio.h must be included in the program. It returns a non-negative value. It means that it returns a positive value. It gives us a positive value. Here hash include stdio.h, char str10, void main, and open the main function, and then printf enter a string. How you are entering a string? It means how you are reading a string. Here you are using gets function, gets str. Printf entered string is how you are printing that string, by using a puts function. Here instead of printf we used puts function. Puts the name of the variable and close the main function. So here you should try. Here I used gets input function and puts output function, these two combinations, but in your computer laptop or your Android app you should try these three problems. When if instead of gets, if you use scanf and puts, and if you use gets and puts, So already I shown this example here. You should try with this third one and first one. That is, if you use getChar to read a character, and if you use puts, what happens, whether we can use it or not, whether it will give us proper output or not, you check it. Okay. Third function is putChar. It is an unformatted output function. It is used to print a single character on monitor screen. The syntax is very simple again. That is putChar of ch semicolon putChar, and here the parameter is ch. Don't get confusion with getChar and putChar. getChar is a input function, putChar is a output function. getChar is used to read single character, putChar is used to write single character. Syntax of getChar is ch is equal to getChar. PutChar syntax is putChar in parenthesis ch followed by semicolon. Here ch is a character variable which is enclosed within a parenthesis, and it returns, or it gives us the character given by the ch. And here one simple example is, okay, the header file stdio.h. again we have to use it in our program, because putChar is also defined in the header file stdio.h. So this hash include stdio.h is used here. Char ch, you remember, it is not a string variable, it is just a character variable. Open the main function, enter a string, and how to enter a string, here we are using ch is equal to getChar function. Ch is equal to getChar, and entered string is putChar function. Here we are using the combination of getChar and putChar. Then we'll close the main function. So here I am using the combination of getChar and putChar input output functions, but you have to try on your own. That is scanf and putChar, gets and putChar, and getChar and putChar. Whether if we use gets, whether our program gives us a proper output or not, you check it. If we use a scanf, whether program gives us proper output or not, you check it. Okay. And the next topic is very interesting topic, that is arrays of strings. So string is already, it is an array. Which type of array? It is array of characters. It is means it is a sequence of characters, but now we are going to see arrays of strings. Indirectly it is nothing but arrays of array. It means that it is just like a arrays of arrays is nothing but it is just like it looks like a two-dimensional array, but exactly it is not a two-dimensional array. How it works we will see now. Arrays of strings. So this array of string is nothing but it is a collection of sequence of string. You just see array of strings is, it is a sequence of strings. But what is a string actually? It is a sequence of character. String is a sequence of character, but array of strings is a sequence of strings. It means it is a group of strings or a set of strings. Okay. Usually array of strings is implemented using two-dimensional array of characters. Okay. So here some rows are there and some columns are there. This is how the data will be stored in memory. Okay. Then here the array of strings, the string name is name only here. The name holds 5 strings, and the size of each string is 8 bytes or 8 characters. I am talking about one example which is coming in next point. Okay. Here we are declaring one string. That string name is name, and it holds 5 strings. As I already told, arrays of strings is a strings group, or a group of strings, or set of strings, or collection of strings. So it is how many strings it is holding? It holds 5 strings, and the size of each string is 8 bytes or 8 characters. So here declaration of arrays of strings, we will see the syntax here. The syntax for declaring arrays of strings is char string name followed by followed by number of strings, number of rows, and number of strings. So that is nothing but number of rows. Okay, that number of rows is nothing but how many number of strings you want to store in the array of strings. And the second subscript indicates that in each string how many number of characters you want to use or store. Okay, that is nothing but number of characters in each string will be in a second subscript, that is columns. So here first subscript is rows, second subscript is columns. So initialization is nothing but assigning the values in a declaration section only. That is, declaration starts from again the data type, same data type, char, and array of string name of that array of string is name, and first subscript is number of rows, that is 5. Second subscript or index is number of columns, that is 8. It means that this array of strings contains 5 names, and in each name there are how many characters are there? 8 characters are there maximum. So here you can see the initialization, how we are assigning the values. The first value is Anand, second value is Somesh, third value is Zubair, fourth value is Nitin, fifth value is Umesh. So 5 names are there, and in each name how many number of characters should be there? Maximum 8 characters. So 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, up to 8 characters also available. But unfortunately all names examples whatever I had taken, they are having only 5 characters here. Okay, then here other examples also I have written with pencil here. Okay, so here in this example the name is an array of 5 strings, size is size of every string is 8 characters, and first element of name is assigned to Anand, second element of name is assigned to Somesh, and so on. So every string can be accessed. Accessing is nothing but read or write. Every string can be accessed by using first subscript or first index here. So Anand is accessed using name of 0, Somesh is accessed using name of 1, and so on. So even though it is two-dimensional array, it looks like a two-dimensional array. In two-dimensional array we use two indices or two subscripts to access each element of a table or matrix, but here we are not using two subscripts or indices, so we are using only one index, and that is the first index to represent or to access the every string or every element of that arrays of strings. So how exactly it looks? See here, it is name of 0, name of 1, name of 2, name of 3, name of 4, maximum 5 names are there, number of rows. So first address is 0, second address is 1, third is 2, fourth is 3, fifth is 4. And how many columns were there? 8 columns. These 8 columns are nothing but 8 characters in each string. Okay, so these all columns start from 0th index, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, total 8 characters. Okay, in this name of 0, that is nothing but first value will come and sit here or stored here, that is Anand. After D, automatically /0 will be added there, that is null character. After D there are no any characters are there, so null character will be placed there. So A and D, Anand. So here first name, it is in this name how many characters are there? Actual characters are 5 plus 1 null characters, totally 6 characters are there, but our capacity of this array was how much? 8 characters. So still it is possible to store Anand in this name of 0, and in name of 1 Somesh is also possible to store and name of 2 Zubair is also possible to store. Name of 3 Nitin is stored, and name of 4 Umesh is stored. So in this arrays of strings we stored or inserted or entered or we read 5 strings from keyboard, and in each string maximum we can store 8 characters. Unfortunately programmer has given some very comfortable inputs to this problem. Here one simple program is there to read and print the names of 5 students. So hash include stdio.h, since we are going to use some scanf or gets or getchar function in this program, or we may use printf function or puts function or putchar function. I want to use this stdio.h header file in my program. Char name 5 and 10. It means that the name is a array of strings, 5 is number of rows, and 10 is number of columns. So first index or first subscript indicates that I am going to store 5 names, and in each string or in each name there should be how many characters? 10 characters. So apart from this char data type or string variable, one more one or two another variables we need, that is I, because if you remember in two-dimensional array we used two index variables I and j. Since here also it is array of strings, here we are not going to use two variables I and j, we are just using only one variable, that is I, because each and every string or every element is addressed by using one first subscript or index. Okay, in that next variable also we have used, that is n, that is how many number of strings you are going to enter. Of course it is having a capacity to store 5 strings, but you are going to store how many number of strings. To read that value we are going to use one variable, that is n here. Open the main function, enter the number of students, how many number of student names you want to enter. Scanf, that is nothing but you are entering the value of n. Enter the names of percentage d students. Here percentage d is nothing but the value of n. Enter 5 student names or 4 student names or 3 student names or 2 students names or 1 student name. Okay, if you give n value as 5 4 3 2 and 1, but you cannot give a n value as a 6, because maximum how many strings or names so I can read here? Only 5 names. Okay, and for I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Why I am going to use this for loop here? Because I am not going to read only one string, we are going to read, or we may need to read more than one string, so based on the value of n. So here I am going to use one for loop. As I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Inside this for loop I am going to use one scanf function, that is percentages name of I. If you observe here, again I am not using ampersand for this variable name. Okay, and since only scanf is only one statement within this for loop, we can remove this open brace and this close brace of this for loop. After this one printf statement is there, that is printf. What we are going to print? Names of the students. What are the names of the students? We are now going to do printing work now. Okay, for I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Here also inside this for loop again I am going to use one more output function, that is printf. Here in this printf one more, so once again format specifier I am using, that is percentage yes, then I used slash n. It means that each and every name of students will be displayed line by line here, and that percentage yes is nothing but value of this variable, that is name of I value may be 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or maximum 4. I value cannot become 6 because, or 5, because already here I value n value is 5. If you enter n value as 5, so maximum it can iterate 5 times. For loop iterates 5 times. And here close the main function. So next is very important and interesting topic, that is string handling functions. So next in next lecture or next video we will see this topic.